Hi, it's Drew Coleman, the Drew Coleman team at Hass & Company Realtors. Today we'll be talking to Jenny Pakula, the new CEO of the Oregon Association of Realtors. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Drew.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me today.
How's the job so far?
It's fabulous.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's great.
So I guess that leads me to a good question as far as the public perception. What does the Realtor organization do, and how does it affect not your members, but every man and woman homeowner on the street in Oregon?
Well, our primary purpose is to protect your business, to make sure you're thriving in the industry, to make sure the industry is thriving, and to protect the clients that you represent. And the way we do that is by having your back over at the Capitol. We have lobbyists that work full-time protecting your interests, making sure they're on top of any legislative issues that could impact your business and private property rights.
So you're really doing a lot of work on behalf of those clients, of your clients who are the realtors.
Correct.
So
our
what
members are you, the realtors, and your clients. I mean, it's a trickle down, right? You can't be successful in your business if you can't assist your clients.
Right.
So,
and if they're not able to buy and sell and transact in personal property, in real property,
right,
then they can't achieve the American dream, essentially.
Exactly.
So what are you guys, what type of issues are you fighting today at our Capitol?
Yeah, well, the big issues that our lobbyists will be facing in the next session is the elimination of mortgage, protecting the elimination of mortgage, or protecting the mortgage interest deduction and making sure it is not eliminated. That is a huge benefit for your clients in home purchases, as you know. That can prevent some people from purchasing a home. Rent control is a big deal, and increasing housing supply. That's probably the biggest one. That's making it easier for the developers to get permits, making more land available, and giving certainty to developers when they do look for land and apply for permits.
That's amazing. I heard in the city of Portland, the average permit and build costs outside of any infrastructure or labor costs was something around $70,000, which is just amazing.
It's not cheap to build a house.
No, not anymore. And that's just, that's not anything tangible. Those are just kind of fees and costs. So that's one thing that I've always been proud of the Realtor organization as a whole, is that really a lot of the advocacy, and it's a big force in Salem. I mean, when your governmental affairs people, when you talk to legislators, they understand the power of the Realtor organization, do they not?
Yes, we're one of the largest trade associations in the state, if not the largest. So when realtors speak, they listen. They may not always agree with what we have to say, and so you win some, you lose some, but you definitely have a seat at the table thanks to realtors and their investment in the PAC.
So how is that the governmental affairs and the legislative campaigns, how are those funded? I mean, are those funded by realtor dollars or political action dollars?
They're funded by political action dollars, but they come from member investments and corporate investments, and most trade associations have a PAC, and all large industries have a PAC to support their issues, and that's what we do with our PAC. Both here at the state level, on your local level, you have a PAC, and on the national level. So you're protected at every angle.
Yeah. So what would you say to let's say a realtor member who says, hey, I pay my realtor dues every year, and a portion of it goes to my state, to Oregon Association of Realtors. What am I getting back? How would they get more involved, or how would they become more acquainted with where those dollars are going and how they're benefiting them?
Well, the advocacy is one portion of your dues dollars at work. There are other tools that we bring you to help you be successful in your business. Risk management tools is, I mean, you can't be successful if you don't have the tools for you to properly conduct your business, whether it's through the Forms Corporation, whether it's understanding terms in a contract, how to fill out your seller property, or how, assist your sellers with the property disclosure, being able to interpret the legal docs you guys use every day in your business. And in addition, professional development is critical to your business, right? So we bring you a myriad of education throughout the year so that you not only can satisfy your continuing education credits, but increase your professionalism in the industry.
Right. Which is, I know, always a big focus, is how do we increase professionalism, and your organization's been doing a really good job with that. So what are your goals now that this is a new role for you, although you've been in the Realtor organization and practicing law for a long time? You've got a really vast background, but what are your goals for the organization going forward?
Yeah, well, I've been with the association for almost 15 years, so I've seen a lot of issues come and go. But the one issue that's constant is making sure all of our members, almost all 17,000 of them, at least are aware of the Realtor organization. You're not going to get everyone involved, but I want our members to be aware of where their dues dollars go and see the value in it, even if they don't actually participate on a committee or attend annual conferences or any other OAR meetings.
What have you seen from realtors, asking a little more granular level? What have you seen? I mean, what would you say to someone who said, oh, I don't know about realtors, what do they do? You know, there's some commission pressures and things like that, which obviously nothing is fixed and people can charge whatever they want. But what would you say that you've seen as far as the value of a realtor in your time being invested in the Realtor organization?
Well, it's not just about finding someone a house. I mean, your work really starts after you find them a house, and it's making sure you're armed with all of the tools so that you can help your clients successfully navigate through a transaction all the way to the end. And your customer service following closing is equally as important.
Have you seen the legal pitfalls increasing from a law standpoint? I mean, you answer the legal hotline calls as well as your OAR staff. There's a lot of complexity to transactions.
There is a lot of complexity. Here in Oregon, many disputes are settled through mediation and arbitration. So we don't have a whole lot of case law or litigation that can be used for education purposes here in Oregon.
Which is a good thing.
It is a good thing. Arbitrations are private. They're binding, but they're private. So there's no decisions or precedent that we can use to educate you on, hey, do this in your practice, don't do this in your practice. So we're fortunate that way on the one hand. On the other hand, some of the states that may be a little more litigious, they have a whole lot of case law that they can instruct their members on pitfalls to avoid.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about your staff. Obviously, there's a lot of realtor organizations between state, local, and the National Association of Realtors across the country and world for that matter. What's your organizational structure right now? How are you guys set up to serve members?
Well, we have a variety of departments. As we mentioned when we first started here, our advocacy is our largest department. So we have a government affairs director, we have an outside contract lobbyist who's always looking out for our interests at the Capitol, and he has a team, political affairs manager, and a variety of admin staff. And then we have a couple outside legal counsels assisting with the hotline and making sure our business tools are updated. So there's always the risk management side. That's a constant work in progress and looking for tools to bring you. And we have our education department, bringing you high-end education, working on a Principal Brokers Academy right now, which is going to be one step above your standard class to get credit. And we have our marketing department to help establish and bring all this value to our members to make sure they're aware.
Wow, big team. When people ask me kind of what the value of the Realtor organization is, I always say, you guys are like Augusta National Golf Club, right? The same golfers are playing all over the place, but your job is to make sure that the playing field is gorgeous and perfect and let us, the professionals, play on it. You guys do such a good job of laying that framework and making sure all the people are prepared, everything looks great, and I think you can't take for granted all the work that you guys do. So I appreciate you so much for taking the time to be with us on camera today, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Drew. I love the analogy.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being one of our top members. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you for watching, who hopefully now have a better feel for what a state Realtor association does, which will inform your next decision. Until next time, join us on American Dream TV.